Good afternoon, hello, my name is Daniel, this is the TriathlonDan YouTube channel. This is my good friend Lee, also known as TriathlonDan's mate. Right, I wasn't going to make a video today, but Lee, given that we've spent most of the evening training together, I thought we'd do a little bit of a training recap for today, because we've both done a triathlon today in reverse order, haven't we?
Yeah.
I ran at lunch and you did as well.
Yeah.
We've been out on the bike tonight for a couple of hours just steady, and we've just been for a swim as well, so good day's training?
Yeah, really good, yeah.
You're going well in all three disciplines, I think.
Yeah, just trying to get back into it. I've had a bit of a couple of weeks, you know, with illness and just recovering from competitions and things. I found...
was it the outlaw sprint that you did?
Yes, and then I did a duathlon the week after, and I've actually found recovering from these events is fairly difficult.
Yeah, it's different to bike race, isn't it, where you can race a couple of times a week if you want to, and it gets you fitter. Triathlons are like, you have to properly recover from, don't you? Excellent. Well, Lee, it is that duathlon that I wanted to talk about today, because now I've videoed a few of Lee's events, and this one I ummed and ahed about going to. You didn't have space in the car to go there. The weather was forecast poor.
The weather was shocking.
Yeah, so I was like, I just can't quite make it work, unfortunately. So you had to go to an event without a camera, so I'm sure you missed that.
Absolutely.
But I'm especially gutted now, because do you want to talk us through? And I feel like this will be handy, because you know, in years to come, people will say, what's the biggest mistake you've made in triathlon?
Yeah.
You've got a brilliant story now to add to the others. What happened at your duathlon at Darley Moor?
Well, I was really keen to do well in transition because I've not had good transitions in any of these multisport events.
For those that haven't seen, Lee stacked it on his first transition like properly. But
yeah, I was really focused. I went with the mountain bike shoes again, which I thought was a good call because transition at Darley Moor was on grass, and people were worrying about running on mud with bare feet and getting it all in your running shoes and all that, and I was like, mountain bike shoes. And I also decided to use my old S-Works Evade helmet, not the new one, because the weather was so bad, and I was like, don't want to get it covered in all grot and stuff. And I had this amazing idea. I'll put the helmet on my brake hood with the clamp undone, because then I can just slip it straight on. I ran in my cycling glasses. I thought I'll deal with a helmet first, give me legs a chance to recover. And I went into transition and I was all focused on doing it right. Saw my helmet there, puts it on, kicking my running shoes off while I'm doing the helmet. And my shoes were just as I left them. Slip my feet into them, they fit lovely, do the boas up. And then I went to grab my bike and I was like, that's not my bike. And I looked and my bike was 3 down with my helmet and shoes on it.
So it was somebody else.
But what are the chances of some... And do you know what? His Lake mountain bike shoes were on a plastic bag, and I thought, oh, someone's put my shoes on a plastic bag. So I put it all on, and I was well proud of myself. I did it all fast, no issues. Did all the shoes up, and then thought, oh, they're 3 bikes down. At this point, I'd already kicked my alpha flies off. And I thought, right, I better put it all back. So I got unchanged out of this poor guy's stuff. Went and put my stuff on, leaving my running shoes there. When I came into T2, he'd got alpha flies as well, so I had to differentiate between them.
So it was the same size shoe or very similar? The same helmet and same shoes?
Yeah.
And was racked 3 bikes down from
And he'd put his helmet on the brake hood the same way that I had.
What are the chances?
And they were like Shimano disc brake hoods that looked exactly the same. I'm sure it was even a giant bike.
But just not yours.
It was blue and not orange.
So, after this happened, did you ever speak to this guy whose bike was? No. So he must have got into, he must have got in transition and thought, was my stuff all in different places?
I mean, I tried to return it, but this resulted in me basically spending ages in transition. So, not a good day.
How was the event other than that? It was windy, it was rainy, it was delayed because of thunder and lightning, wasn't it? Didn't you do a kilometre?
That
and then
was a shocker. So, the night before I'd done a primer session, I'd got a bit enthusiastic on the run, and I pulled my calf. And I was like trying to ignore it and act like it wasn't happening. And in the end, I had to admit I was actually struggling to walk. So I asked Ruth what I should do, and she got some tape and strapped it up for me. And I was actually really worried about it. So that's all you need to do, half a kilometre at race pace, and then be, well, half a mile actually, at race pace, and then be stopped. I mean, it was an absolute joke. Like, we got red flagged, and I was like, what accident could have happened in 3 minutes? And so then we had to sort of walk back to the start. It was really surreal. And everyone's sort of saying, oh, you know, what's going to happen? Is that it? Are we taking positions from there? And I said, let's just start on the bikes, you know, we could just have a crit.
I bet you would. That'd be good for you. Right, Lee, thank you very much for sharing that. I hope you had a good race otherwise. Rather than us taking the mickey out of Lee, because I do enjoy doing that, but not on the internet, let me know in the comment section down below what has been your biggest triathlon mishap, just to make Lee feel a bit more like it's okay to have things like that. We want to hear it. You can stay anonymous if you'd like. It'd be good to hear some what your biggest mistakes or errors were in multisport events. So look forward to seeing those, don't we?
Yeah.
Right, you've got transition nailed now.
Well, I mean, I'd appreciate tips to get it right as well. Next time I'm going to do better.
Got it. The next time is the Outlaw Gravel Sprint, isn't it? In 5 weeks' time.
Yeah.
If you want to take part in that or Holcombe or Outlaw Full, I do have a discount code in the link down below. We're going head to head at the Gravel Sprint, aren't we? Which is a bit weird.
It is.
And swim coach Ash has been talking to me on the side, and he said, "Oh, I'm dead interested to see what happens between you and Lee, because he's racing as well."
It is going to be interesting, because obviously I'm at a disadvantage after the swim.
What, because of the transition?
Well, that as well, and you're better at swimming, so it's just, I mean, I don't even know, I don't think there's much in it on the bike. I don't think I can make the swim time up on the run.
Who knows? I think gravel as well, it's not really like, you're not.
We don't know, do we? We don't know.
What I do know is that if I do manage to beat you at the gravel sprint, I'm fairly certain it'll be the last time I ever beat you, because you're on this trajectory, and I'm sort of like muddling that. But either way, look forward to getting stuck in.
Absolutely, I do think it'll be interesting.
Of course, it will be a damn good laugh if nothing else, won't it?
Yeah.
And Chris is going to have fun chasing two of us around, isn't
Absolutely.
So, good. Hit like and subscribe. See you later. See you, Lee.
See ya.